How's it
I
going, man?
improvised this. It was not
Actually,
planned.
that's not bad because WrestleMania, I believe, is this weekend. I'm sure you get this reference. No, you can't see me. You can't see me, John Cena. No, okay,
Okay.
not a
No,
wrestling fan.
it's a sport that I do not have like a big amount of appreciation for. Let's put it that way.
Technically, it's not even a sport. There has been official court-based rulings to say it is entertainment. These
Oh yeah.
are, yeah. This is a long ago ruling, but yeah, I believe WrestleMania is coming up as well. So yeah, you could be the doctor of thugonomics for this episode. Just flying. Yeah,
I
let's
just
go.
leave it there. Speaking about new stuff coming up, Las Vegas,
Ooh, what's happening in Vegas?
Formula One, it seems.
Oh, right. Yeah, I saw something. I didn't read the article, but have they made it official?
It is expected to be official soon, so it's sort of a done deal. That's
Right.
spectacular.
Yeah, that is a big one, and it's going to be a street circuit. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be the third race in the US. That's
for a reason,
mega.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's growing, huh? These guys are really pushing that sport.
I still haven't watched the new Drive to Survive. Is it true that Max Verstappen is not in it or chose not to be in it because they always mix up stuff?
Yeah. That was, I mean, he had announced that long before, at the start of last year itself, that he would not participate in any further Drive to Survives. I'm sure he will not do this year as well. I will say it's super strange to say this, but it's probably the weakest Drive to Survive season, uh,
Ooh, are
and
you kidding
especially
me?
given the context of what happened the year before. Maybe that's just me. I'm biased, but I'll tell you why I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I really felt. I mean, they fake stuff and they create drama and stuff, but I felt like this year they overdid that,
Maybe we
and
should do that in this show as well.
yeah, to overdo the drama,
Not just fake stuff and
they
add more
fake stuff.
drama.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Overdo the drama. Yeah, I don't think that works. So no, honesty is important. No, but I really don't think they did a good job. I think it was unnecessarily. They did two things. They dumbed down a lot of stuff because they're increasing the audience base, and at the same time they faked a lot of stuff. It just did. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. It was a great F1 season, but I wasn't a fan of the show.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, yeah, from your own
From
opinion.
the world of fake to reality, I would say.
Yeah, there's a new view.
There's a
Tell
new
us
view.
about it.
What would I do without you? We are talking about DFL's sport tech solutions. It's actually not entirely DFL's. It's a joint venture with Delta Tray. So it's a subsidiary of the two, and actually Delta Tray is a majority holder, and they do lots of tech stuff, as the name says. And amongst the things that SportTech does is, since a few days, also VAR, and not just any VAR. It is a VAR specialist called Vieww, who has been part of FIFA's innovation program, as I believe, last year. And yeah, they are specialists in video assistant referees, analysis with a range of cameras, high definition, all angles, all of that. And the interesting thing is they are going to make use of that acquisition right away, because they are gonna replace good old Hawkeye with this new solution that has been in place since 2015. I believe from next season onwards, for 5 years at least, they're gonna switch to Vieww, because they say it's a higher quality, it's an in-house solution, then, and of course, as potentially part of their business model, they of course can offer that to other federations and leagues as well. So an interesting move away from having a third party deliver that service to something they can own and influence and be a leader in that field. So yeah, nice, let's say switch in business model, not entirely, but addition to their business model. I like it. What about you?
Yeah, just one thing to add. It's on the VR side, but also goal line tech. is part of Vieww. So the entire, let's say, tech aspect of officiating will be handled by Vieww. And you're right. I think that as they have replaced Hawkeye for themselves, I can imagine it'll take over the dark region, for example. They'll go into the Austrian league and probably the Swiss leagues and grow out the business slowly. I can't imagine it'll be competing with Hawkeye anytime soon on the global level, but certainly within this region, this will be a nice little business that will make DFL a little tidy sum on the side.
I mean, it all comes down to quality and pricing once again, but there is a competitor in a field that, I mean, there was competition, but not too intense. So that's an interesting one to watch, definitely.
Absolutely.
As
Speaking of ones to watch, always have a segue in me. This is a company for a while, at least I have, because FanCraze, which is actually formerly known as Phase Technologies, that's how I knew them. They just announced some mega funding for Cristiano Ronaldo. Anyway, so Cristiano Ronaldo is, I mean, that's the bit of the headline, which is actually a weird headline given that FanCraze is all about cricket, actually, and they are there to create NFTs for the ICC. Now, the funding round is huge. Obviously, it's 100 million. They raised 17.4 million last year in November. Actually, I have that article as well here, and this one actually provides some more information. Dapper Labs, interestingly, Samsung Next and Courtside Ventures, people we know pretty well, had participated in that round. This is a guy also, the founders come with some pedigree. Anshuman Bhambri is a Wall Street guy, but also has a lot of exposure. Has spent time in the blockchain space. Sundar Raman is formerly the chief operating officer of the IPL. So this is like a big time guy within the richest sports league, one of the richest sports league in the world, who's now gone out to start up something, and serial entrepreneur Kushagra Kohli. So those are the guys behind this platform, and now they've raised another 100 million, which Cristiano Ronaldo is part of. I'll tell you what the solution is. So this is what they're building. FanCraze building the cricket metaverse. So they're combining NFTs, gaming, utilities, blah blah blah. I mean, you can see all the big logos there, and they're getting a lot of buzz. Rohit Sharma is the Indian team captain. Dapper Labs, we know very well in the NFT space. ICC, which is the International Cricket Council, which is basically the guys who run cricket globally. They're all involved in this project. So FanCraze has started with the ICC, and they graduate from there. So yeah, this is part A of the story, which I'll talk about first. Ben, have we finally got you over into cricket? Will Ronaldo be the guy who'll make that happen?
Yeah, I'm not sure how many drops they already had, but this is definitely catching my interest. I also wrote about it in the Nifty Sports weekly newsletter about it. I think we have a new player in the top tier segment of the NFT world. A bit out of nowhere, because I mean, I knew that they exist, but didn't really have them on my radar as such a big company. And I mean, 100 million with the involvement that you just described, Cristiano in there, that's a big one. Also, interesting to add, I think they're running on Flow, on the Flow blockchain. So very compatible to Dapper Labs. So I mean, they invested already. Probably there's a connect there, and who knows? I mean, what's happened down the road. But yeah, very good setup, very promising, clear focus on one sport. I would almost compare it to a bit to Sorare, who captured the soccer market, and they seem to do the same with cricket. What I'm not entirely sure, I forgot. Do they have both player cards and highlight clips, or just one of both? Yeah.
No, I think they're starting with the ICC. They're going to start with highlight clips. That's the NFTs from the, and they already have them launched. They had them launched a while back.
Do you realize something just by looking at this? It is even the same font as NBA Top Shot.
NBA Top Shot. Yeah. I saw the first thing I noticed on the website. Like, for example, that moment that is showing on screen now is a legendary moment in Indian cricket. The guy hits his, which is like It's bigger than hitting um, what is it called? A 4-run home run, a grand slam. It's
Don't ask me.
it's bigger than that. Anyway, I mean they're really aggregating biggest moments. So they're starting with video highlights more than profile picture images. But I mean I think they'll actually. I mean, think of it this way: Sorare is a football audience and it's wide and it's big, but cricket comes with a baked-in fanatical audience. So if they are creating, or they play out the cricket metaverse like to sign up 1 billion users just from India. I mean, that's their plan.
Man, question. You asked me if this finally gets me into cricket. I would buy a pack.
Yeah.
I guess they already launched a few. I tried to be early in these kind of packs. So if it's edition 1 sold out, damn it.
Yeah. They've been doing. I think they've been dropping this for a while. I don't know since when, and this is all.
Man, maybe I still have to. Maybe I just have to pick up a few from Series 1. Let's see. My question to you would be: so that might get me into cricket. Might that get you finally into NFTs in a proper way?
Probably not. Probably not. I think if anything, I mean, hey, I have nothing against NFTs. I think it's a really powerful tool. We can debate this till the cows come home, but I feel increasingly that it's disconnected from me.
Who comes home? Who comes home? Who comes home?
Till the cows come home. It's a phrase. We can keep on debating it because the cows never come home.
Is that in Indian translation? I've translated out of India, or is it
no, it's just an English. It's just an English thing. But you can keep talking till the cows come. You can do anything till the cows come home because they never come home. I don't know why cows don't go home.
I remember when the Saints go marching in. I think you can use that for the cows as well.
No, not really. That's not a thing. Okay. But just moving quickly on into the story, and so that we can move past into this one. But staying on the blockchain theme, because this is part of. I mean, it's not really connected to the story. But a quick one, a side note, is about the NFL changing its rules about how commercial partnerships are signed. Like, for example, the ICC signed an official vendor in FanCraze. Crypto has been always a sensitive word, and the NFL and most sports league have very decidedly wanted to stay away from that word. NFL famously during the Super Bowl commercial said that there were tokens who could advertise Coinbase, etc., but not use the word crypto or cryptocurrency in any way because they wanted to stay away from that terminology because it comes with hype and it has negative connotations and it can be influencing an audience in a volatile market space. So they've been consistent now. They are, and previously they have banned advertising from crypto companies to NFL teams. They're now allowing this within some guidelines, which is what this article goes on to say. That they don't want to be engaged in relationships without undertaking excessive regulatory. Man, what's happening to my speech or brand risk? They won't make official announcements yet, but basically, long story short, there are some guidelines within which teams can operate or bring in crypto-based or blockchain-based sponsors and brands. Yeah, that's the long and short of it.
Sweet. It's good, I think. It was a matter of time. They wanted to sort it out and have a clear strategy that it seems they have done. They have launched their NFL All Day marketplace with Dapper. So I think now they're just executing and setting the guidelines.
Yep. More to come.
Wonderful. I don't have any good segue for the next topic. I'll just go for it.
We were just talking about the NFL. Where a segue?
That's too obvious. Okay, from NFL to NFL. No, just kidding. The NFL has announced a VR game, a virtual reality NFL licensed game. They don't do it themselves. They do it with a partner, and the partner is called Status Pro. And what is cool about them is they use real-time player data to make this virtual reality happen. And I will show you the website because that's probably easiest to understand. And then I want to check if you understood it the same way, Ron. First of all, I don't know if you've been on that website. man, this is hard to navigate. I mean, you see this little dot in the center. It's so laggy,
Yeah.
and it takes so long and practice until you finally reach that menu. So, I mean, their technology might be great, but their website is not. So it seems like there is a quarterback who is wearing some VR goggles. And then he not only sees his receiver in that case, but he also would see virtual opponents. And I think this is where, let's say, the magic of the game is. So you can simulate a game situation with not needing additional people on the pitch. So it's just you, your receiver, and you can practice some routes. You have some people in the way so that you don't have a clear vision to your receiver, all of that. And by this lets you then simulate a real game situation. And I think this is what it is in the end. And I think you need only 2 people to play it. Is that how you understood it as well?
Yeah, I mean, first, I completely agree with you. The website is frankly a bit shitty. I'm sorry, guys, but the navigation is really poor. I didn't even reach this video. I was just scrolling through, and yeah, I just got annoyed and I left. But broadly, that's how, yeah, I understood it. It's a 2-player game. It's built by these 2 guys who are some level of former athlete. I mean, I like the game. I like the use case. It looks pretty cool. It's something that I would definitely try. Yeah, not much else to say. Would you be a receiver or a QB? What do you think you'd be better at? Or have you played NFL, American football at all?
No, and I think it would be bad in both positions. But because I'm slow, I would have to be the quarterback. I'm not saying that I have any skills to do so, but yeah, I'm not. I don't even have a strong arm, so I don't know. I'm the water boy. That's that's my position in football.
You could be one of the virtual characters.
That would help me a lot, guys. Make me digital, make me fast. That's the best one. Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. Something is brewing, I believe.
Something is brewing. What is brewing in Melbourne?
What is brewing in Melbourne? A new cohort, apparently. Techstars announces their Melbourne 2022 SportsTech cohort. Yeah, pretty straightforward, really, but some cool companies in there. This was posted just a few days ago. We announced, I think it was last week or the week before, that Startup Bootcamp, also in Melbourne, were open for their application phase of startups, and Techstars just announced theirs. Yeah, I mean, as always, there'll be 10 interesting companies. Web3 is a big topic. Symbol is a stock market for things with the sports teams with the blockchain, some sports fintech. What else? Fan engagement. I haven't looked through the 10 companies yet myself. I have to be honest, so I can't tell you which one I liked yet. But yeah, Expand, Steady, Herd, a good mix of companies. Actually, I think there was only one Australian play, which was this one, Get Duck. Majority from the US and a couple from Europe, and Rook Motion from Mexico for fitness. So 10 new companies to watch out for. Why don't you, somebody who's watching, among the millions who are, take a look at 10 companies and tell us which one you like. Ben, did you?
No, I thought you had the podcast with someone from SportsTech Melbourne, or was it from the
That was the other one. Yeah, that was startup bootcamp. But yeah, I think they closed their applications sometime in mid-April. But yeah, we should get Todd on the podcast as well, maybe.
Yeah, but again, I have to say, not too many companies that sound familiar. That seems to be a trend this year. I don't know why that is, but a few unfamiliar names, which is only good, I think.
Yeah, or maybe the trend is we are not spending enough time just looking at companies. We're doing so many other things. Hey, man, it's busy. It's busy in STX HQ.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, it's also busy in virtual worlds, and that's going to be our last topic of the day. This is a cool one, actually. I liked it. Without explaining it, did you like it?
I see the use case.
Yeah.
Would I watch a game? I think there's a difference between like it and would I watch a game like this. I'd watch it maybe once or a bit of it for the novelty, but no, probably not.
I think it could be really cool. So to bring everyone else in. Oh, by the way, we have a chat message before we start.
We get so
But
excited when we get chat messages. No?
yeah, Kuldeep is asking or saying, developing pressure handling medicine when a player needs 1.1 set to win the match, especially in tennis sport. What about this?
So you're saying like why?
Valid question though.
Interesting one. So basically, if Kuldeep, if I understand the question, you're saying basically in like just as the player is about to receive or serve, I go quickly to the to the side, pop a pill, and come back. I'm not so sure. I probably wouldn't be for it. It just sounds like basically a PED. I mean, by definition, that's what you're doing. You're enhancing your performance in some way. You could argue, but also I mean, medical timeouts are used to like they're allowed in certain boundaries for reasons. So, I mean, like, for example, you don't need to be able to pop a pill in a pressure moment like that. If I just put up my hand and call for a doctor because I've got a back pain, a tennis player is not allowed to do that already in certain situations. I'm not sure. It would be interesting. But I'm not so sure about the implementation.
The question would be, would it be allowed? And I think it is of course a topic of mental preparation. And in certain situations, I mean, if Cristiano is shooting a penalty, or in other situations, they take a deep breath, try to focus themselves, all of that, try to meditate, if you want to call it that. But the medicine, it's always a bit tricky, right?
Actually, I think Ben, maybe Kuldeep is developing such a solution. Like it's almost the way he phrased it. It's like developing this. What about this? It's like,
friend.
Yeah, he's like throwing it out there like a little
Okay.
suggestion.
While I'm talking, why don't you look up Kuldeep and see what he's up to?
Let me check you out, man.
We'll get you. We'll get you. Other than that, let me quickly explain what we're talking about here. So the NBA, they indeed aired a game. You were able to watch a game through a technology that is called volumetric video, which means that players, like in, I don't know, NBA 2K and other games, get rendered in 3D in real time. I don't know how much lag they have. There must be some sort of, but basically, you were able to watch a game live in, let's say, near real time, I assume, in 3D, and it looked like NBA 2K. And we can have a quick example here. And yeah, there were glitches, and it wasn't perfect at all times. But this is what it looked like.
To the game, live 3D virtual environment.
So Luka Doncic.
Look at this. Right? Let me turn off the volume. So as you can tell, it looks like a video game, but it was actually scenes from the real game. And that gives you tons of options with different video angles and all of that. And it just looks cool, in my opinion. And if this is the beginning, and if they develop it further, I think it can look really, really cool at some point. And imagine that that's always the use case. If you don't want to pay so much to be in the stadium, or you just cannot be there geographically, then you can watch the game from courtside, basically, and have a really nice view. I think there's something onto this if they are able to improve the quality of this. I have a second example from the same game, and again, what we always say, it is also interesting from the perspective of who is watching these games and who's not watching them yet. And I'm sure Ron would have said that. The young audience, they like stuff like this. They like different angles. They like to be close to the game. Something that you cannot do when you just watch the normal stream. And look at that. It's pretty good already. Still early, but who knows? You're not convinced, Ron?
No, I really like it. I mean, I like the offering for a number of reasons. I wanted to make a couple of additional points. So I think the Brooklyn Nets were part of this consciously, because I think we had covered the Brooklyn Nets Metaverse story.
Yeah.
I think it was maybe a few weeks ago, and this is basically part of that's come out of that partnership. Yeah, so it's nice for us also to see a story kind of track through. Number one. Number two, yeah, it's intentionally made to look like a video game, but like probably an older version of NBA 2K. It's not. I think NBA 2K current graphics are better than that, but that's just processing speed, and it'll, as Ben said, it's just a matter of time before they get it.
To the game, live 3D virtual
is better and closer with 3D to real life. I think the big one was actually, I was surprised by how much negative feedback they got. Like if you go through the comments on the NBA stream, like, or maybe it was just ESPN who didn't communicate it well. Like people from ESPN Plus Apparity and saw this, they were like, dude, where's the regular game? Like I want to watch my game. You know, and I don't know if that communication was handled so well. Or maybe people just didn't know and they are bad communicators themselves, like they didn't engage properly. But it wasn't received very well, it seems. Now, that I found most surprising, because look at this. I mean, this kind of view stuff, if you could do in a real game, come on, that looks really cool. Now, you ignored the graphic rendering right now and just assume that in 6 months, like what this would be, it would be really cool, I think. I think if this is happening real time with really low latency, I would watch a game like that with a better graphical interface. Right now, it just needs a bit more work.
I agree. What did your research reveal?
Our research revealed that Kuldeep Solanki, I said to him, we're chatting as well, he is not developing, I'd be surprised, at least given his background. He's not developing little to help athletes. He is an engineer, basically to be a science student. But yeah, thanks for your comment. Good to chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope we didn't scare any other potential comment givers. Just keep them coming.
I know, suddenly like stalking commenters on LinkedIn.
Who's that person?
No, that's not
no. All good. Sweet.
But that's it. Yeah, because we were two. Actually, Ben, I missed you last week because there was one really cool story which I wanted to talk about, which I want to maybe bring up now if I can. Did you see the flying cars?
No, I've read that when I did the social media
racing. Okay, because we have a couple of minutes left on the show. Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. 1 second. But this looks insane, and it really does.
It's not nothing virtual.
No, it's real. Like, I mean, so they're already. So this is the company Airspeeder.
I can't see anything. You're not sharing.
Yeah, and it's part of. Let me enable. 1 second. I have to enable this. Add this to the stream. There we go. Yeah. So wait, why are you flicking? What's happening? Come on, fly into my screen. There we go. Yeah. So this is the first, as it says, first racing series for manned flying electric cars. And they already signed an F1 driver. Bruno Senna has been signed for the development of this league. That's an image of the car. I mean, it just looks really cool. There is future is now. Explore.
Is there any video
really
on that?
Yeah. The Formula One of the skies. I think the video is here. There we go. Yeah, and I mean the video right now doesn't do much, but sorry.
I said I'm already afraid before the video even started.
No, but actually, I'll tell you what's happening already. So I mean, I can pull up that website already. But this racing is already happening by this company without manned. They're doing it via pilot. So it's a life-sized car which can actually fit a human being as a pilot, but it's being operated electronically. So the pilot is on ground and they're flying like they would fly a drone. But that already is happening. So I think I can pull up that racing series also, which is the company that is hosting this series. It's STX. And with this, yeah, there's nothing. The video is a bit rough. It's just showing different environments.
I was waiting for flying car.
It'll come. I'll show you. So this is the original company, EXA series. All right, and they are already in operation. Their video is better. In participate physical avatar. Where did that video go? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you can see her getting ready to fly. So she's in the remote station, and okay, she has to get gear up for her race, I guess. But yeah, that's the vehicle, and you see her on ground, and this thing is and it's like that. So they're going to put basically an actual human being into this vehicle and run races like that, like a bit of like drone racing league, but full size. And this is also the same company that is working apparently with Paris 2024, because that's a story that we had covered maybe I think in December last year about flying car taxis, which will be implemented at Paris 2024. This is all the company that is doing all this work. So that is the speeder, is their manned flying version. So flying cars, Ben.
Pretty cool. I'd be afraid watching because I mean, lots of security questions are gonna be asked, and I'm sure they have interesting solutions in place.
Yeah, I mean, security and stuff will get solved or in some ways, but just the idea. I mean, this is really getting somewhere. See, this excites me more than NFTs. That's the difference.
Yeah, that says it all.
That says it all.
Cool, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the week, and see you next week. Ciao.
Ciao.